Alright. So I bought NBA 2K25 after I completely planned not to, but I'd heard too many other creators on this platform praise the game for its realism and fluidity, something that has been lacking in recent titles. I've even heard people say that it's the greatest 2K that we've had in quite some time. So yeah, maybe I bought into the hype a little bit, but I really wanted to get this game, so maybe, just maybe, I could help somebody make the right decision on whether or not to buy this game and to spend $70 of their hard-earned money. First, let me give you some background so you can decide whether or not to trust my judgment. I've bought every single NBA 2K since 2K13, so I've been doing this for quite a while. I've played every game mode, and I've seen 2K through its highs and some really lows. I've correctly predicted great games like NBA 2K14 and 16, as well as predicting the subpar at best 2K21, 22, and 24. I hate to call myself a 2K old head, but that's exactly what I am, so I feel pretty comfortable with voicing my opinion on the newest title in the NBA 2K franchise. NBA 2K25 is all about hoops, and I love that. Heck, it's why we play the game. It's a fun play, and overall, top to bottom, it's a massive upgrade from 2K24. If I have to give 2K24 a rating, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 10, and that's being really generous. But I've really enjoyed 2K25 from the 5 or so hours that I've played, and I have to admit, those big name guys that have had this game for a few days or that went to Community Day were right. This game is the smoothest 2K that I've played in a minute. I mean, you can see it really on a driving layup. It looks like one motion as opposed to 2K24, where it's almost as if the animation stops halfway to finish the second half. I'm very glad that the devs fixed this, as it was a major problem, and just animations as a whole, it just looks more realistic and like a true NBA game. I mean, take jump shots and dribble moves and even the rim physics. Remember in 24 when every shot, if it went in, it was a swish, and if it was a miss, it was off the back of the rim? Those days are over, as some are still that perfect swish, some of the bounce in, some of the bounce out. It's just a more balanced and much more like real basketball. The new shot meter is challenging yet pretty satisfying, and call me trash, but I think it's a positive thing that you don't necessarily have to green to make shots, because that's once again real ball. You will have shots that you think are absolute garbage, no chance of going in, that somehow go in. I've had a lot easier time figuring out this meter compared to 2K24, which seemed buggy. Once again, reiterating that fluidity. But this meter, I've been able to figure it out in just a few hours. It just makes more sense to me. I'm about to say something really controversial. I believe that the graphics in NBA 2K25 are the greatest graphics we have ever seen in a sports title. Take this image of Kevin Durant from 2K24 and then put it beside my image that I took from 2K25 on the Xbox Series X. It looks so much better. I mean, Kevin Durant actually looks like Kevin Durant that we would see on a TV broadcast. Take any player that was in last year's game, and chances are that 2K25's player model is going to be better. Graphically, this game is light years ahead of its predecessor, and it's the first time we've fully seen what 2K can do with the next-gen consoles. It's about dang time, and if we're paying $70 for a game, it better be graphically amazing, and honestly, I can say that 2K25 is just that. For the most of you who like my career, the new storyline is pretty solid. I'm not a big cutscenes guy, but these are pretty bearable with no cringy characters. Your player is basically a star while your agent is your rival turned friend, and it's the climb from high school to the league. And it's cool how you can play the backstory moments, kind of like MP's family tree in last year's game. My favorite moment is playing for Team USA in FIBA, and if you're not into the storylines, well, just hop right into an NBA game or get into the now much smaller city and run some park. The smaller city. This is what fans have been asking for since the beginning of the city in 2K21, and thank God 2K actually listened to us. They know that we can impact sales in a big, big way. The days of people just endlessly buying just to buy are coming to an end. We as the fan base are sick of devs not listening. We have wanted a smaller park for years, and we got it. The city has been way too big for a hot second, and this is a step in the right direction. I personally don't play a ton of park anymore, as my peak was in 2K20, but I did play it a little just for the sake of this video so that I could actually have a stance on it, and I gotta say, it's once again a massive improvement over 2K24. I like it a whole lot better. The theater is good. I like not having to be in squads and just being in random matchups, because then you're not waiting around forever. To wrap up the good with this game, let's talk features, and let's face it, 2K's been the king of features in the sports video game market for quite some time, but the features continue to put this game on top. For starters, the addition of the Lee Avengers Olympic team is awesome. Now, I wish there was another international team like France or Serbia to pair alongside, but I do love the idea of playing with this team with the authentic jerseys without having to go into a MyNBA. The return of MyGM and MyCourt are both good additions, and while I don't think either should be used as the big wow feature to entice people to buy this game, I do like that they have been added. I really love what Soft Drink TV said in his 2K23 review when MyNBA eras came, and that is that it's the best feature 2K has added since my career in 2K11, and I feel like they've improved on it every single year, this time adding the Curry era, which is great because even though I started watching a little before 2015, 2016, it's still very nostalgic for me. I was in the 3rd, 4th grade, buying into the Stephen Curry hype. Heck, the guy was my favorite player for years, and he's still in the top tier of those guys for me. I love the idea of being able to relive or even rewrite some of those moments. Unfortunately, this game cannot be perfect, and it's still 2K, meaning there are many flaws. Remember what I said about rewriting some of those moments in the Curry era? Well, apparently, 2K wants to rewrite it as if 2015 Finals MVP and the guy we want shooting a game winner with the fate of the universe on the line, Andre Iguodala, doesn't exist, as 2K was not able to get a contract agreement, but he's not the only notable player missing from 2K25. Blake Griffin, John Wall, and many other notable guys were not able to get contracts finished for the release of this game. Hopefully these guys will have a contract before the start of the actual season, as even if they're all retired, to not have them on their respective all-time teams is a major loss. How we're gonna have Mario Chalmers in the Curry era but not Iguodala is beyond me. The microtransaction disaster continues in 2K25 with the season pass returning. I think this is the stupidest thing. 2K is not Fortnite. We want to play basketball, not to decide if I should be a panda skin or not. I mean, who knew that inflation could translate into a basketball video game? Because, dang, the amount of VC that it takes to buy a pair of Jordans or a jersey is at an all-time high. I'm just not going to worry about my appearance this year because I can't afford it. So overall, should you buy NBA 2K25? And I'm going to go with a yes. I would. The graphics are great, gameplay is improved, and I'm really having a blast. I'm a bigger offline player, and I want to have the equal enjoyment playing offline as I am online, and this game does that for me. I'm super glad I bought NBA 2K25, and I know it's still early and things can absolutely change, but I'm having a hard time putting it down. It's a fun game, and if you're still questioning whether or not to buy it at full price, I'd say wait until November, December, and grab it on sale, and you'll feel like you really hit the jackpot, because I really do think that this game is actually worth $70. I don't feel like I got ripped off, and overall, I'm going to give this game a solid 7 out of 10, which is really good for a 2K game. It's polished, fun, and it's a step in the right direction for 2K to maybe, just maybe, return to prominence as the undisputed king of the sports market.